Okay, welcome everybody. It is now the Public Visual Satsang. Used to be the Process Popup, so welcome. This is the first one with the new naming. And those of you who have been in the Satsang, you'll know that the Process Pop-ups were increasingly encroaching onto Satsang territory. So as number 44 started to roll around, it just seemed like a good time to revisit this after it's been 2 years. It first came about. I had 2 other e-communities that were active, my visual skills community and my shifted community. And then when the pandemic hit North America, I repurposed them into the Process Pop-ups. And they have been going for 2 years now, 43 of them, plus a whole whack of individual sessions as well that have been all finding their way into the YouTube channel that we have for Shifted Coach, for parallel processing, etc., for people who can't be here. So let me just flash up the slides. All of you, I think, are previous attenders, so this is awesome. You know what goes on here. But in case somebody's watching this recording-wise and is not so sure, I'll give the preamble. So here's our new name and our new graphic here. I just explained what was going on with the name change. And a satsang really means various things. It's a Sanskrit word, and satsang has a huge tradition. So it's kind of a little presumptuous to step into that word, but I have been holding satsang space for a while, so I'm going to presumptuously, call it and name it here. True community. So it's really about being who we are at this moment in time. There's such an incredible context with what we're all going through in the world, right? And as you were joking before I flipped on the recording about welcoming my nasally nose with the allergies, it's really about welcoming everything, right? Good, bad, and ugly. Some things easier to do than others, of course. So we usually do 10 minutes or so of meditation, just to kind of get here, get present, and settle down the field, and whatever's going to emerge. These are always amazing. So who comes, even if you've been here before, it's a new you, who you are at this moment of time, right? What's going on in the world continues to evolve around us as well. So, we just kind of get here by meditating for a little bit here together. That's such a gift too, to be able to do that in times like this and be in community that way. Then we'll do reports. So reports is not exactly check-ins, right? It's not kind of a general kind of check-in. It's really an opportunity, especially if you've been here before, because you're already in an unfolding trajectory, right? Maybe you've been here multiple times, or I've seen you in private coaching or something. So it just gives an indication, if you care to give one, about what is unfolding with your consciousness edge now, right, at this point in time. And what is arising in this particular container, right? We'll find our agenda, so to speak, from whatever is arising. And sometimes it's just reports and we go right into something. Sometimes we hear a couple of reports, and then depending on what's present, I organize those depending on how I think it makes sense to approach them, and that's our agenda, right? It's totally co-created, spontaneous, created by us in the moment. Usually we go for around 2 hours. You're welcome to come and go as you need. I just ask, if you do leave, just do a little note in the chat, because sometimes, we encounter all kinds of things in the emotional scale. So I just want to make sure that you're not going off in a triggered kind of way, right? So, so I have to wonder, are you okay? Should I follow up with you, sort of thing? So if you just kind of jot a note to me and or to everybody in the chat saying goodbye, totally fine to fly out when you need to. I also sometimes go over into bonus time because I try to meet the needs of what is here. So sometimes if that person wants to and others want to, we might cascade even further. So again, just honor what works for you time-wise. And I will also mention, I said it before, but there's, if I don't get to everybody, there's a free recorded session opportunity as well. So if you do want to work one-to-one with me and are okay with that being recorded, that's an option. And then of course I have the private coaching too. We're whole brain here, so this gives me an opportunity to just flash some of these graphics I like, right? So just again, practicality, the mind, the analytical, the cognitive, we all have that, all wonderful. It's a part of us, it's welcome here. And then the other side, right? The emotional, the heart, the belly, the nonverbal. And I love the graphic, them kind of hugging each other, right? So just one being support. The the mind has a heart and the heart has a mind, right? So it's like the yin yang symbol with those little dots, right? Each is on the other side. So just it's a nice unity here. On the practical side, sometimes more on that left brain, analytical, the left brain also holds the doer, right? The doing versus the being. So some of what might arise will be kind of typical coaching stuff. And I've got many of you have been through my Shift It program, so you know I've got, and some of you are certified visual coaches in it, or on your way to being. Chris has got her exam coming up in a couple of days. So you're familiar with this terrain, right? And in there is some right brain work as well, of course. So there's about 17 maps in the shifted system, and a whole bunch more maps continue to evolve. I now have maps for self-inquiry, so we'll probably get to them today. I haven't updated this particular graphic to include them, but you know, just more as I continue to work with people and I continue to unfold myself, right? Things that'll help me do my processing, things that help other people. So more and more tools. So we'll find our way depending on what arises, as you know, depending on what's there. There may be a tool that makes sense to bring up to work with it or not. Not always do I do notes with what emerges, especially if we want to go fast. Oops, that's a typo. That's a slide from another course. That's not your assignment. Also, I'm trying to get in the habit of before I begin one of these, when is the next one going to be? So I can say before you're leaving. So I'll be sure to remind us at the end. I have scheduled the next one, which will be May 5th, noon to 2 p.m. on that date. And I'll say that again. Okay, so thank you. That gives us a little bit of context. Any questions, comments on that stuff, on the process side of it? And if not, we will just move into stillness. So now we'll do 10 minutes of meditation. Also as well, I think you've all done it. Feel free to take off last names. I should have said that earlier, sorry. And we can always mark them out too. I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of one I see here. Okay. Great. Okay. So, and I love having, when we can, the cameras up, just given the nature of what we're doing. When we go into meditation, that's nice too. But if any time, like Jennifer, right, not in a situation where she wants to be seen, suffering away with being ill at the moment. So also just monitor yourselves in terms of what you want to do with your cameras. I'll keep my camera on while we meditate. I will mute myself though, so you don't hear my heavy breathing, and I'll pop up again after 10 minutes with a soft, you know, welcome, welcome, just to kind of bring us back. Okay. Okay, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the opportunity to sit. It's always nice to take 10 minutes, and especially nice to do it in community. So with all of you wonderful people who I know quite well here. Nice cohort we have gathered today. Let's take your time, just kind of breathing back here. And when you're ready, we'll just see what unfolds in terms of reports. So anything anybody wants to report on, or anything that's arising, right? Might not be historical stuff, might just be stuff in the now. That gives us an inkling of what to enter into.
I can start.
Alrighty.
Nice to see everyone. As you mentioned, my exam is coming up on Wednesday, so that's exciting. That's a report. I'm really looking forward to that. I've been missing. I was in the last satsang where we were meeting once a week, and missing that group and realizing how valuable that is. So that was
a private one.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, that's just a nice reflection to know how much I did take out of that. So I was pleased to see this come up again. So thank you. I think my biggest report, which is quite fun, is I did a little bit of a sketching kind of North Star visioning, which I actually realized just like 2 minutes ago, I was thinking, oh, I should transfer that all and see how it transfers over to a magnetism map. in those categories, because it was like just one big kind of basically essential essence. Really, it was a sketch that was all together. But on one of those, mixed in there was some just that kind of chart work, illustration stuff that I like doing, and thinking that in the future I'd like to do more of that and kind of have that be a part of my income, and thinking it's down the road. And then just like this week, one of my educational heroes from down in the States reached out to me and said, I'm going into the 3rd edition of a certain book that she's written, and she approached her publisher with me in mind and secured some funds and asked if I'd be interested in doing illustrations for her. Like, actually, yes.
Well done. I was just writing that down the other day.
I was like, let me think about that. Yes. So, and I love her work. I promote her work already. Interestingly, I've never done any illustrations with her work. Oftentimes people's work finds their way into mine, but there it was, just a lovely connection and offering. And I thought, oh, how powerful that visioning work is. So it was just so delightful.
Focus on what you want. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I am really looking forward to that and that collaboration, and to see where it leads. So
cool. Very cool.
Well, congratulations, Kristen. I love that. I love that you were able to vision that and make that manifest, that happen. And something that happened to me recently is I thought I had some things planned out. I was flipping through all of my shifted work that we did. I think there was a retreat back in January, was it, or February, Christina? And feeling really good about that. And I had this thing that popped up in the back of my head then, but I didn't write it down. But I remember I said, May 1st, if other things in my life are going the way they should be, I would love to get a new studio space. And so I'm just bebopping along. And 2 weeks ago, someone emailed me and said, a new studio space is coming up. It's available May 1st. Do you want it? And I was like, I didn't write that down. Should I take it? Is this like, I was really questioning myself a lot, and things really aren't where I thought they should be. But even the things that I had planned out, they're kind of panning out a little bit, but not really. It's just sort of like, I guess it's sort of on autopilot, but my energy's not in it. And so when this studio space came up, I've been working with the group. It's a collective. It's 20 artists that all share the same space, and it's this big building, or this big room in this big building. And I love this building. I've had studios in there before, and I took it. I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And so May 1st, it's just a few weeks away. And I'm going, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But today I
guess you'll find out.
The
right brain knows.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not pushing it. I'm not trying to turn it into something that it isn't. I'm noticing like what's wanting to go into that space and what's coming up for me, ideas. Like I'm not forcing anything. I'm just letting things bubble. And the more I let things bubble, the more they bubble. And I've never worked this way before.
Yeah. The being as opposed to the doing. Yeah.
It's so interesting. And
Yeah.
so I have to it's a really interesting, delicate balance. As soon as I start thinking too hard about it, I go step back, just let whatever's going to happen. And then when I come back to it again, I get all of these new ideas and fresh things, and is a very different way of working. And I just have to keep allowing that to happen and quit forcing things. So.
Well, it's, I just did an inquiry with somebody yesterday, and it was force and flow, right? So I hear that in what you're saying too. Yeah. And everything likes honoring. So we want to honor that mind, right? And that doer in you. And we've seen from Kristen that totally is one way that things unfold, right? So there's nothing wrong with that way of doing things at all, right? This other way is a little bit discombobulating or some unfamiliar or strange, right? To this other side. So just some awe to that probably the mind, the doer is like, what the heck's going on? That's my job. And how do I
Yes.
settle it? How do I settle into this? Right.
Yes.
Like it's,
Yeah.
yeah, just being like, oh, how sweet. Like you had some help, right? Like probably somewhere along the line, it was like, I know there's been a lot along the lines, right? Because the health stuff has required that to be a different way, live a different way. Now it's here, it's showing up. And of
Yeah.
course there's going to be some sorting it out inside there of this new way. Yeah, just lots of compassion I feel for the
Thank you. Thank you.
left brain and the doer in there who's doing its best to adjust, but it's a little like strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe a little distrustful, because often that kind of
Sure.
control too, right? That's safety. So
Exactly.
lots of love to its concern, and maybe just reassurance. We can be safe this way too.
Yes. And yes, thank you for saying that. And this is the first time I've vocalized it. So here in talking about it is really nice to hear. My body is going, yes, please, right? My body's saying, you don't have to force any of this. And it's just, yeah, I feel like all my cells are lining up.
And you'll also be practical, just reassured that it's like, good thing you're there by standby if need be, if it needs to jump in, if something does go south, right?
Exactly.
It's fully
Exactly
capable to
what it
come
is.
in and take care of things.
Yeah, because it's always been there. It's always done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, it can chill. Hammock time.
Yes, thank you. Exactly. Thank you.
Nice report.
Well, I want to plus one, I think, on the theme here of force versus flow. There's been a lot of personal things that have happened for me since you and I last spoke. And so it created a little bit of disruption. And the work that I do, I work for a couple people virtually, has been really a tonic for that. I love that. And so it's allowed me to handle some estate issues and other financial issues like that, everything around estates and things like that that I'm so unfamiliar with and way out of my league and kind of triggering. But I've been handling those, and I recently really discovered a pattern of like a natural superpower, I will say. Which is like, I just do the stuff. I mean, maybe I'll put it off for a while, but then I just do it. And then I'll have like a little bit of a breakdown much later, right? Where it kind of catches up with me, and I'm able to link it and shorten the period and things like that. But this,
I would just, can I slow you down a sec? Just a deep honoring to that. Ability to just do it, right? To be able to, whether it's to compartmentalize or dissociate or whatever that is, right?
Who knows what it is?
But we don't have to even label it, but just honoring it, because it's a handy thing to have, and also honoring the delayed, so-called the label of the breakdown, right? So that doing and capability, and then the emotional coming in as well. Eventually they unify. Yeah, they balance themselves out. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of that pattern kind of revealed itself to me, and then this deep body pattern that I noticed within it, post whatever we want to call that. I don't even know what it is. And this, what's been coming up for me is, I'll say, why don't I work in the quantum more? Why am I not doing that more? Type of thing when things feel hard, right? And so I really relate to what everyone's saying here, the being versus the doing, and is the being lazy, right? Am I not doing because I'm hiding?
It has to be all hard. You said hard earlier. So like hard and easy equals lazy. Yeah.
Right. This weird, interesting, it's kind of fascinating duality of that whole thing. So that's really what's been bubbling up. And the old, identifying for me, old habits of being that are deep, just like the ability for me to show up, and I guess, I mean, I don't like to use the word normal, but just naturally normal, where people, if they found out what was going on, they would be like, that's amazing that you could show up that way. I can't believe that you showed up that way. Right. And so even the duality of that, like, yeah, how do I do that? And do I want to do that? Right.
Yeah.
So those are all the things that are bubbling.
It has served you. It probably came out of something. Like you said, it got developed as a superpower for a reason, and big kudos and appreciations. And you're saying, do I want to keep carrying that forward? Yeah. Cool. You're bringing a lot of powerful polarities too. I'm just kind of feeling in a polarity square potentiality in this, hard and easy. And then whatever the flip of quantum is, right? You've brought the quantum in. So I guess it's that, muscling it into being on the physical. Yeah. And even this dissociate stuff, or that compartmentalize and the opposite. Yeah. Probably lots of stuff we can play with there if you're interested, Andy. To be continued. Yeah.
Totally open. I do feel like, just on the quantum level, I do feel like I see things that are supportive, that I am the right path, and even with other people's shares, and even just being here today, kind of, I thought I was on this list, and I found out with your new email, I'm actually not on the list. That's why I keep missing them. Let me put myself on the list, right? Let me put myself on the list, right? And then put it on my calendar and show up. So I do feel like there's a realm of support and synchronicity and all that. So.
Yes, please for that. Yay. Yeah. Not necessary to check in, but if anybody else wants to, please feel free. Yeah.
Hi, I want to, I hear a lot of success going on, and I congratulations on all those things that you've brought forward. That's incredible. My report is that I sort of I flip-flopped from on a Wednesday having a very huge success in one of my deepest issues, and then all the way to Monday, which is only, I don't know how many days, but then it hit a wall of, felt like failure. It wasn't really, but so this flip-flop of value, confidence, worth, whatever, which, we all deal with that from time to time when situations come up, but that's kind of just been recent, and the last one was highly triggering, but I have worked on it this week, and it's been a whole lot better. So anyway, that's what's been going on for me, and I do miss you guys because it's pretty awesome, and you guys have the greatest energy. So what else do I have? I just happy Easter tomorrow, and hopefully all the time you have, whether with family or not, is great. So that's all I got.
Well, you just came in and you like hit polarity, and then step back. Those are some pretty massive polarities. That was awesome. I got success, failure, and whatever the flips are of value, confidence, and worth, right? Yeah, big ones. I think it's going to be a Polarity Square day. Thank you, Denise. And right back at you for having a lovely holiday with family. Yeah.
Hello, it's Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
More polarity. I loved hearing everyone share, and thank you for providing my community while I'm on quarantine. I appreciate that. So I was just noticing I'm still not well, but I have some desire to move my body. So I took a 10-minute walk in my backyard last night, and I took a 10-minute walk this morning. So I'm not well, but there is desire to move my body is coming up, and also just desire for things that I haven't had desire for in a long while, not just even before I was sick. Like in my yoga teacher training, we talk about lineage and the teacher passing it down to the student. And I really love that so much. And I don't think that that's stressed enough a lot of times in the self-development coaching world. And I just realized, and I have a little bit of a desire, like I have stuff that I could pass down to people. And that there's a little bit of that desire is just percolating. It's just a little bit, like it's not like it's just kind of like a little bud just starting to form. I'm thinking I don't want to process a lot today because of me not feeling well, but I just enjoyed everyone's share, and I thought, oh, I have my own polarity with being ill, but then having desires starting to perk up. So I thought that was important to bring forward.
Yeah, it's kind of like that fallow, and then since we're here at springtime and Easter and everything, right now it's starting to blossom. So that back and forth.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a recovering fundamentalist, but I do love Lent and the Easter energy. So I love the Lent, the contemplation time, in which I've been doing a lot of that, and then like the what's going on underneath the surface, and then the Easter of the rising. I mean, I just love that energy so much. It's my favorite. So yeah, I'm right there.
I can feel that in what you're saying too, and just a bow and honoring to the walking, right? Like, hey, some 10 minutes of walking, that's a big deal.
Yeah, well, it is, since I haven't really had any movement in like almost 10 days.
Headed in the right direction. Yay.
Yeah.
And the same thing with this, you know, hey, lineage and teacher and passing down, and I have stuff to pass down, right? That little sparkle that's starting to, little shoot that's popping up again. So he's headed in the right direction with feeling better in multiple ways. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm so happy to be here. It was perfect timing for me, a Saturday afternoon, and
nice
being quarantined. So I appreciate it, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
We're happy for you to be right smack in the middle of community with us.
Thank you. It's providing my gathering.
The opposite of quarantine. You're with.
Yes,
belong
exactly.
in. Yeah. And you can, as per anybody, do this however you want to do this, right? And sometimes I was just in a satsang earlier with my teacher, and often I'm the one who's bringing up the contrarian points of views, or the little tougher issues and stuff. And I always feel like, you know, I end up being the oddball. That's a nice way of putting it. So I just shut up this time, and it was so great to just see things came out that was so up for me. I was doing my own inquiries, and to have it come up through the satsang. So just trust the process, Jen, and anybody, all of us, right? Like sometimes we're verbal, sometimes other people bring it out, right? And things that we didn't even know were up till we hear somebody processing them to go, oh yeah, me too. And hey, that really helped. So it can be very super powerful just to be along for the ride. Oh, okay, more polarities in here. So yeah, I heard success, failure in there for sure, with what Denise had brought forward. Now you're hearing outsider and belonging. Yeah. Belonging. Belonging. Little typo. I like belonging. Yeah. Alrighty, so polarities, you are welcome here. Yeah, back to that yin and the yang, and the left and the right that I opened up with, the inner and the outer with the tools. I find myself drawn to hard and easy, and it kind of fits in with force and flow too. So we could kind of go with either of them, but that's where I feel some energy right now to maybe potentially start there. So I'm going to bring up my Polarity Square map, and then we'll duke it out in terms of what polarity and language we actually use. I'm just going to go get the map, and then I'll share my screen here. There we go. Okay. Um, there's a new, I need to make a slide for this. I used to have all of you have the maps because you've been in various things with me. But I had previously on the Process Popup page a whole bunch of these maps that might come up here in Satsang on there. I've moved them now to a separate page, which while we're in here in Satsang, I'll flash up in the screen, but I forgot to go get the link, and it's a little hidden page link, so it's not going to be easy for me. But good news, everybody here I think already has it. Plus we'll do this together, but just know if you did want to have your own map for this, I do make it available. I'll make sure I add that slide and I have that URL handy for the next time I do this. Okay, let's go in here and bring this up. This is the map I'm speaking of, the Polarity Square map. Yes, you can have the pretty map or you can just draw a quadrant, right? And there's some other things going on here. 1 second, I'm just going to move some things on my screen so I can see you guys. Now, this is a 3Z, meaning there's 3 parts to this process. And just a deep bow of recognition to Leslie, talking about lineage and teachers. Jennifer, Leslie Temple Thurston, this comes from her work. She's very generous with allowing people to use it and share it. I created a template, of course, out of it, because that's what I do. The book is called The Marriage of Spirit. So if you haven't found your way to that book now, I really recommend it. It's a great one. She's South African and went through a, transformation, Kundalini enlightenment process, and very much got there by working with polarities, actually working with the left brain, right? And this is a lot of what I do too. I get opened up by the work I do, and a lot of it is very, left brain and structured with these templates and stuff. So Leslie's work, as I understand it, one of the things that she really did in solitude was just really wrestle with the polarities that were coming up in her process in her life, right? And process them through. And this is how she did it. So in the middle here, once we figure out what polarity, we're working with, we'll articulate that and we'll plunk it in. And so each polarity has a split. One is going to be the desire for it and the fear of it. And of course, when you have 2 polarities going, you've got × 2, right? And usually in these quadrants, some of them we're very aware of, and some of them we're not. We're less aware of or not aware of at all. They're more unconscious. So what this does is it brings the unconscious up for balancing. And it kind of evens out if we have a bit of a repeat. So for example, one that came up is somebody in relationship, right? A woman deciding whether she wanted to be in relationship or not. So she was very in touch with the desire for her independence and her solitude. And she was also very in touch with her fear of relationship. But what she wasn't in touch with so much was the desire for a relationship and also the fear of the solitude, right? So as you kind of get into and balance it out into all 4 quadrants, bring some stuff up from the unconscious into the conscious, and makes you feel better. It's much more than that, but does all sorts of interesting things on the subtle energy realm, right? For oneself and one's family and future descendants, and also for the collective at large, which leads into step 2 here, transcendent states. That's what this work is really doing, is helping us transcend some of our patterns and conditioning. Many of you have mentioned that name, condition or pattern. And we'll see once we do this work, probably, and it can be different for each of us, some of these transcendent states will be evoked by doing the balancing of the polarities. And so we'll kind of tick through this list and find out which ones for the polarity we do. At the end, don't have to do this, but she has a lovely release statement. O eternity, please take all these states of mind, which are unbalanced in this pattern, and balance and clear them. Do this so that I may see more clearly and find my way home more easily. Home in the big sense of the word. I give thanks knowing it will be done. So that's just a way of, and kind of what Heather was getting to, right, with that, letting that other side take care of it, let flow take it, you know, and asking for help, that our left brains or doers we don't have to muscle everything into being, right? You've got the whole universe on your side. Back to Andy's name with quantum, right? Let's turn it over to the quantum and see what happens. And then, like Kristen did with writing your list, like, whoa, a call comes, like, hey, want to illustrate my book? So life has a way of managing things very well, if they're to be. Okay, so let's figure out, we said ease. I guess it's hard and ease. And we also had, I guess, force and flow, but that didn't actually organically come out of Heather. It came out of what Heather was sharing, and my mind went to, oh yeah, yesterday we had something along those lines. We did this. Anybody else, there's a ton of polarity. So even if we do one, you can kind of parallel process. Success, failure was another big one, Denise, you brought forward. You had a whole list, the flip of value, like value, worth, confidence, right? So it would be not of value, not of worth, not of confidence, right? Yeah, those are all big ones in the human experience. Any objections if we do hard and ease, hard or easy? I don't think I've done that one publicly with a group yet, so I think that'd be an interesting one. Okay, yeah, you're getting into valuable and worthless. Yeah, okay, some of the riffing on the other ones. Okay, desire for things being hard. And then that means on the flip side, there's a fear of them being hard. And then same thing for easy, there's going to be desire for easy. Probably most of us, the whole human species is like, yes, please, easy, we like that, right? So that one's pretty conscious. And then fear of easy, that's probably not so conscious for most people or for the human species. Okay, so now how we can answer this is we can answer it within our own experience. So for me, if this was my dream, desire for hard is blah, 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 right? And then you can also kind of project yourself into other people that you know who might be wrestling with this particular polarity, and you can find some information there. You can also go more meta, which you can go more to the human species, you know, humanity, you know, human beings in general. And so you can mine it at those different levels, at the individual level, at the, you know, relationship level, or at the, you know, the whole collective level. And I'll pepper in that as we're going along too, so that we get this at different angles and tease things out. And it's just really wonderful to be able to do this in a group, because different people think and feel and process and know different things, right? So you'll go to different places, which really helps doing this stuff in a group. You can do polarity squares on your own, but it's really wonderful to do them as we're going to be doing it here with other people. You poke into things you never get to on your own. So with that, let's start with the desire for things to be hard. Why might you or another human being or humanity at large, where does this stuff come from, this desire for things to be hard?
All look important.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Anybody else got one there?
Hard is a habit. And I'll give a little more color. It's that in my family, so my family of origin, things were always hard. Like it just like that was their lens that they viewed the world, that things were hard. And so hard became an embodied habit.
So it's just, okay, habit that's become embodied.
Right.
Okay.
Like it is, and so it's very familiar for things to be hard. If things are easy, we should fear them because the other shoe could drop, right? So that's.
Okay, the fear of easy, so you just gave me one, so I'll put it over there. Other shoe could drop, like, uh-oh. It's feeling too easy, we're gonna get clobbered. Okay, thank you. Let's go back to desire for hard. Anybody else? Why might this thing about it must be hard exist?
I will feel like I have earned it.
Ah, earning. Yeah, good.
And deserve it. Those are kind of two different things.
Okay, good. So if you don't do it, if you don't work hard or something, then
Yeah,
you
you
can't,
didn't earn it.
you didn't earn
deserve
it, you didn't deserve it. So yeah, that one runs deep in me too. Yeah.
I'll learn and grow
Uh-huh. Okay,
whenever I
great.
do hard things.
Yeah. Good. Good. What else about desire for things to be hard? Great reward comes up for me. Like the harder they are, the bigger the payoff. That carrot dangling in the distance, right? All that sports training and stuff. Yeah.
It can be great, like satisfaction, and even sometimes hard things are really fun.
What else? Anything else that you notice? And if you poke into underneath, it must be hard. And go ahead. Somebody, you're getting to like family training, so I'm just going to put that in. Kind of, you know, it came by it through the family of origin, FOO, foo. Sorry, I interrupted somebody. Who was that?
I have a friend who her like life slogan is "I can do hard things," and I think it builds confidence for me. When I can do hard things, it builds confidence.
Yep. Yeah, we're welcoming all of it, all the different angles on this. Some are a bummer and some are just really great in here, funny enough, as we get into desire for hard. So it builds confidence, it kind of builds skill. I'd put myself in there, skill.
Where we get our best stories from when we do hard things. And then for me as a presenter, I'm always like, it's that, it's an example of our shared humanity. And so it makes us relatable because life isn't perfect.
Fascinating ones. Poke into yours. Each of us can have it wired up in different ways, or think about people you know. I'm hearing what you just said, you know, movies and themes and books and stuff. Anything else about in the human experience about actually having a desire for things to be hard?
So the journey is exciting, right? So without the hardness, it can be boring. What makes the journey? Think about it in the movies or the books. The most interesting ones are the ones where, you know, the hero did something hard or went through something hard.
Yeah, hero's journey I'll put into. Yeah. Okay, good. See if there's any more just at the tip of your head, or wherever it is, doesn't have to be head, mind, heart, belly.
Meaningful is coming to mind.
Okay, yeah. Just gonna zero into myself. Anything else about a desire for hard? I just got like a ribbon, right? So I guess it's back to the reward thing for me. Anything else? Anything else you can tap into or think at that macro level, the micro level? Why might a human being have a desire for things to be hard? Oh, self-punishment. Martyr kind of stuff. Oh, also guilt. These are just things I'm tapping into, right? Like I think about ancestral line and stuff. Boy, all the people I came from, right? How can I have it so easy? And then also fear of punishment, or fear of punishment. Let me get that one down. And then envy. Envy, jealousy, if something just comes easy, you know, people aren't going to like me. I'm going to get all that kind of stuff makes life harder. So boy, if I make it hard and have all this stuff or whatever, then they won't hate me. Yeah.
When you were just talking, it might be on here, but that idea of proving my worth.
Mm. Tell me more about that. Kind of fits into some of the stuff I was poking into.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost the guilt a little bit, or the earning it, deserving it.
There's like an element for me in that of proving it to others, not
Yeah.
proving it to myself, but I'm proving it to others, not just so they won't, I mean, also because they won't hate me, but then I can feel safe, because if anyone calls me out on it, then I can be like, well, I did all these 20 hard things, so back off.
Right.
But I'm just thinking about what I see in the office all the time, that glorification of busy.
So what's underneath? What's underneath that? So the desire for hard fits with the glorification to be busy, and if you get underneath it, what's going on? Why? What are the dynamics that one has to do that, or one would do that?
People will admire my tenacity, my grit.
And then also you're getting just practicalities like keep employment.
There's that too.
Yeah, right. Just the real help and paycheck. Yeah.
I'm worth it. I'm worth my salary.
Yeah.
And on that note too, it might open up other opportunities.
Okay, good. So get back to that reward, right? So opportunities and stuff come. Okay.
Isn't that a funny punishment? Like you become the go-to person because you're working hard, that person works hard, and then pretty soon everybody gives you the thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we see how we get into these tricky places, right? Yeah. Okay, good. That we mind a lot there. There could be much more, so just know you'll get copies of this too. You can continue to add. Sometimes when we do this work, it ripples out for days or weeks or even longer, right? As we're contemplating some of these big things and bringing them to rest within our own system. So let's go to the flip of it. So we've got, how about the fear of hard? We've talked a lot about beating the drum of the desire for hard. Now let's go to the other side of it. What do you know? There's a fear of hard. There's a downside to all this. Let's make it hard stuff.
Failure.
Fear of failure.
I might fail at it. It might be too hard. I might not accomplish it.
And it could be really painful along the way.
And exhausting.
Yeah.
And for me, along with the exhausting, it's the resistance is so strong.
Yeah, so that whole thought of it being hard just doesn't even start or get going because of that strong resistance. What else? Fear of hard.
I won't be able to keep up. My body won't be able to keep up.
And what happens if your body can't keep up?
Then I feel like I failed. I feel like I'm going against my body. It's
okay,
unhealthy.
good. Yeah.
Unhealthy.
Against body. And then what happens?
Then I get sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of along the lines of what we're saying, it's the whole trauma response. It's the triggering of that from past times when things have been hard and we got sick or we failed. Reactions weren't great.
Brings up that old trauma. Have I got it, Jen?
Yes.
Okay.
Other people's disappointment in you.
You're saying others. I can also feel self. For me, I can feel self too. Others and self. I'll add that on. What did you say, Jen?
the cost of hard resources. So time, energy, money.
Yeah.
Time, energy, money.
Mental effort, physical effort,
Yeah.
disruption of routine.
The opportunity cost of other things that we can't do. We're doing the thing that's hard.
Mm-hmm. I missed one that you said, Andy. Do you remember what it was?
Yes.
Just before this? Yeah.
It's what we said: time, money, physical effort. I said mental
Yeah.
effort, or disruption to routine.
That's what it was. Yep. Physical, mental, disruption. And within routine is what? Like a calm or something?
Well,
What is known?
Yeah, routine is more known. Like you wake up, you do this, you do that. You feel certain, whatever. But then sometimes hard things will throw you off of your routine repetitively.
Yeah. And what happens when you get thrown off? What's the bummer about that, or the negative about that? Uh-oh, if my routine gets disrupted, my calm does. I get thrown off. So what do you get thrown off of? What's that?
Yeah, it is a lot about calm, and you really do get thrown in. I'll speak for myself, into the unknown.
Ah, yes.
It's like I call it the soup of uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I prefer certainty. Yeah.
Right. At least for I will say many things. Right. There's like a balance of how much uncertainty I personally can handle. I mean, I think it's universal. We all handle it. Right? But then there's a certain level of things that are hard that will just maybe make you take a left turn, and then everything is uncertain.
Okay, so knocking everything, entering to the soup of uncertainty, or even an ocean of uncertainty.
Yeah. If only it were just a cup of soup of uncertainty.
Right. But that's the we don't want to go around that, because it might open up that whole kettle of fish.
Well, it's a domino effect.
Yes, thank you. Good word. Okay, anything else? Anything else about fear of hard?
I feel like we danced around it, but that burnout.
Yes. Yeah, we got illness, but we didn't get burnout. And what if underneath? So what happens if you get burnt out? What's the negative that happens? If you get burnt out,
You might not get back.
Loss of joy.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's your word, joy. Yeah, good. That's a big one for you, Kristen. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you can mine there? Loss of joy.
Loss of passion.
Mm-hmm. And what's that do? Make life boring or gray? Yeah.
Dull and boring. Yeah.
Dull, boring life. No, thank you. Yeah.
On a separate line, something that came up too is the fear of being pitied.
Ah. And what happens if you get pitied? What aren't you?
Well, it's interesting because I was going to say you're weak, so not strong.
Yeah, that's a great one to get to. Yeah, fear of being hurt. I could find out I'm weak.
And vulnerable.
I could be weak. I could become vulnerable. Yeah. Might need others, so need their help.
Yeah, needy.
Yeah.
I'm become dependent because I can't do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
A loss of agency seems to be.
Yeah, that's a good way of phrasing it. Good.
For me personally, there's with the fear of it being hard is that I may never get up. Right? Like it will just flatten me forever.
Yeah. Get taken out.
Yeah, exactly.
No wonder human beings avoid this stuff. I'm like, that's what I've been working with resistance my whole career as a coach. No, it's amazing what people do. Yeah.
Thinking of the fear of looking and feeling foolish.
Ah,
and even a little bit of regret. I know a lot of times when I tackle something hard, I'm like, I worry that I'm going to be, I should have known better. Why did I tackle something so big? And that
Back to that
I'll
vulnerability too.
blame
Yeah.
myself. Like I
Yeah.
should have known better often comes into my head as far as, yeah.
Okay, but there's avoidance of that blame, that self-blame.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Yeah. Okay, there might be more there. Anybody else have anything top of mind otherwise, or again, heart or belly? Anything else about this fear of hard? I think it said earlier, but incapacity, incapacitated, I'll put that, incapacitated, I'll spell that wrong. Incapacitated, then this is flattened forever, taken out, I mean, literally die. Some stuff could be just so hard that you could literally die. And then die would be unlived for me, unlived life, and back to potentiality, bunch of stuff, FOMO.
We've been saying this a lot of different ways, but it's just unsafe.
Yes, very good. Yeah. And maybe I put scary, frightening.
Terrifying.
Yeah, even more up it. Yeah, terrifying.
Stressed.
Yeah, no thank you to the stress.
I'm thinking loss of relationship too. Sometimes when people are doing hard things for a very long time, they start to lose relationship.
Yeah, so isolation, left on your own, cast out. All right, that's a barrel of fun, isn't it? We can feel the heaviness in there. Yeah. Deep bows to the human condition and human beings and everything we all as individuals and our families and human beings at large have been through. Whew. Now let's yank our emotions over to another place. And how about a desire for easy? Individually, other people, the collective. Why might human beings have a desire for easy after we've just visited this hard stuff?
Fun and joy.
What else do you notice? Desire for easy. Why do we want easy?
Health and happiness.
Also, we can do a lot of tasks, lots of tasks.
Oh, get a lot done, like accomplished.
Yeah. But
So
I'm almost talking about like a list of easy things, 20 easy things.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Get a lot done.
Yeah.
Feel successful.
Pardon me?
It's easy to feel successful.
Good.
Feel successful.
Okay, good. Easy to feel successful. Yeah.
It can be a sense of flow.
Oh, for sure. I'm doing this program with a colleague of mine, and it's come together so easily and so fun. So I guess fun, easy, it's just like sparkly, it's kind of that magical kind of feeling. It's really enjoyable.
It's refreshing. Like when you get to wear a skirt or shorts for the first time in spring with flip-flops kind of thing, or drinking a really cool drink in a hot day. It's just refreshing for something to be easy.
For me, I also, it feels like a spiritual wink, right? It just feels like, hey, I got all this universal support, right? Help me out. And I just really like that I'm not alone. I've got these guides or forces that, you know, are paving the way, just help with that ease. So
that leads me into thinking about it feels different. You know, I kind of described it just a second ago, but I feel like having that spiritual wink, I feel like I get them all the time, but I still make things hard. Like, oh, thanks for that opportunity. Now I'm going to work really hard at it. You know, it's sort of like, well, what if they gave me something and it was easy and it was like, can I just enjoy this? And I love that fun and joy. I was like, there it is. It's right there. But it would feel differently in my body.
Yeah. So
Lightness.
poke into it. What's it feel like? You know, it's different because you do it the other way. So you're more familiar the other way, but poke into this. What's it feel like?
My muscles can relax. Not constricted. Yeah. So it's relaxation.
Yeah. And what's the opposite of constriction?
Well, I was going to say relaxation, but maybe someone else has a better word.
Let's poke it in. We can find other things.
Contract? No. Is that right? No. I don't know.
For me, it's like rest or restful.
Yes.
And fluid, flexible.
Light.
Yes, light.
Yes, light. Yeah. It's an unworld word, unfurled, right?
Yes.
Uncontained, unfurled.
Free.
Yeah, good one. Yes, free.
Expansive.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Stretch. S-T-R-E-T. We might think about that in the hard must stretch, but I mean like like when you do a yoga pose you haven't been able to do and you go those extra couple whatevers, it's there today, you know. Oh, nice. And it just happened, just easy. For me, this is very feminine too. We talk about flow, so I just kind of feel like when I did that, like a cat stretching, or my dog when she does her little downward dog moves, right? So it's just so, wow, look at you, like that's so amazing. You do that with such grace. There's a good word, grace.
And it's validating, speaking of the spiritual, like when things are easy, it feels like I must be on the right path. Like, yes, this is the right way. Yes, this is the right way.
Restorative.
Yes. I think we had health right at the beginning too, right? Health and happiness. Why else do human beings, past, present, and future, have desired for easy?
It's ongoing and sustainable.
Nice, yes.
Something I had down kind of a little bit different, but kind of like the sense of purpose or the right livelihood.
Yeah, it's like on point, right? It's being matched. And what gives you, if you have a right livelihood or you're on purpose, Jen, what's underneath that? What's that feel like?
Well, I think it kind of speaks back to the flow. It's like a sense of knowing. I also have knowing down. I don't know if that resonates with anyone else.
Yep. Easy, tapped in.
Kind of being seen, even though it might be task, you have a sense of alignment, being seen.
Efficient. I know sometimes I think things are going to be really hard, and I just said a word that's very much an Abraham Hicks word. And they have this thing called the what do you put when you sit down at a table? Placemat process. And so you put all your to-dos down, right? And then on the other side, you put the ones that you're the ones you know, like the ones you can actually do or are going to do a couple a day, and the rest are for the universe to do, right? And accomplish. And it just somehow they magically, some of them get taken care of, right? So, so alignment, help, assistance, ease, efficient productivity, like way better than me, the universe doing it.
Yeah. One thing that comes up for me is unattached to like a belief or an idea or a thought.
Okay, let's flip the on. So if it's not attached, what is it?
Detached. Or is that still the thing?
I think that's better. That's better. It's not such an unword. So detached. Good.
Allowing.
Yeah, that's great.
Free?
Yep. Well, we got the free again. Yep, for sure.
And kind of going back on the trauma, like a quiet mind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do a lot of
Just a
thought
whole
work,
system, not just even a mind, but the quiet mind, quiet whole system, the quiet nervous system.
And you don't have to do a lot of thought work on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Every parent or grandparent wants to provide an easier life for their child.
Yes. Yes. So, so what's in there about desire for easy, like to provide, protect?
It's,
if you tap into that as a parent, as a grandparent, what is that? Aiding, assisting?
just setting them up for success.
Okay, beautiful. Yes, please.
Maybe.
That's right. They have some up to them too. Yeah, yeah. But that heart, right? There's the heart in there, and the belly too. Just all that instinctual survival stuff too. Survival, yes, please. And then thriving. Okay, we're starting to get that nicely plumped out. Now, what about the fear of easy? This is one that's not going to be quite so conscious. Why might human beings be afraid of easy?
I have a missing something.
Missing something? You're afraid of easy? Oh, like I might have missed something? If it's
like
easy,
a sense of,
yeah.
What am I
yeah.
missing?
Yeah, okay. Can't be this easy. I must have missed something. So you don't want to miss. What have I missed? Uh-oh, that's too easy. What have I missed?
I don't deserve it, or I'm
Yep.
not worthy.
Fear of it, not worthy or deserving. So what will happen if you take something if you're not worthy or deserving of it?
So there's a child in me that's going to get in trouble.
Ah, yes, get in trouble. Wow, that's a big one. Yeah.
In a bigger sense, there's actually, weird fear of death, I think.
Uh-huh.
In that.
Yeah, so threat, punishment, death.
I love that because it's like something's going to be taken from me.
Yes.
And almost the idea that if you think in a legalistic, like if something's easy, then something else is going to be hard. Like that fear of losing something.
Or the other shoe dropping. Like this is easy, and
yes.
now something else is going to have to be hard. So what is it going to be?
Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that in brown. You had that at the beginning, but it should really be in green here. It's in the section. Yeah, that the shoe could drop. Yeah.
Lazy?
What else? Yeah, good. We had that starting this all off, didn't we? Yeah. Uh-oh. So what happens if you're lazy? What might that mean? Bad person or something?
Judgment from others.
And I'll add judgment from self.
Yeah, both again.
And I would just, for me personally, judgment of self is way worse than judgment of others. I mean, I don't like to be judged by others, but really, personally, I'll just own that one there.
It really goes deep core.
And
And
there's
what, and how would you be judging yourself if something was too easy? If you were really being nasty to oneself, how would you kind of be stabbing yourself with that? Bad you, in what way?
I probably would turn my attention to all the things I hadn't done.
Oh, so make it hard again. Yeah.
And make it
Yeah.
hard again, because hard is a habit for me. So I wouldn't necessarily personally be judging myself for something being easy. I'd be like, right on. But then if I felt it was too easy, like the fear of it, then I would kind of make it hard with other things, or but you haven't done this, or you haven't done that, or you waited so long to do that, or some other form of self-judgment.
Self-sabotage.
Yes. Yeah, you can't let it just be that. You have to take it away. Do it to yourself. Self-judgment and sabotage.
And also like self-imposter, the imposter syndrome.
I can't be that. I can't have that. I have to take it away. Uncomfortable.
I can't enjoy it if it's easy.
They'll give me more work because
Okay, good. Yeah, I have to show them I'm really busy. Yeah.
Or pay me less.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good one. More work or pay less. Yeah. Well, that didn't take you as long, huh? Back to some of those behaviors you're noticing. Yeah. In that certain system you're in.
Less respect goes in there as well.
And maybe it's a little boring. Maybe there's a fear of it being boring. Things are too easy. I think of Abraham Hicks. Zap, I made a painting. Zap, I made another painting. Zap, 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 zap. I made all these paintings, right? You know, that type of thing where
Ho-hum. Yeah.
Lack of satisfaction, because the satisfaction is in the doing.
When you're saying that, stagnant came to mind.
Wow. I knew we have so much stuff about fear of easy. What else is in there? Individually, collectively, why might human beings fear easy? What else are we going to do with eternity?
I'm just thinking that that fear of easy, like, so if I'm doing something and it is easy or it looks easy, that a whole bunch of other people will start come doing it. Like I'll lose my uniqueness because if it's easy, anyone can do it.
And with that, you'll probably lose prestige or lose income or lose respect.
Status even.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll step back and look at all of them here. Just kind of take in our work, right? The train we've covered. So we've covered the desire for hard and the fear of hard. Let me get my pen while I'm doing this. So we've done the desire for hard, the fear of hard, the desire for easy, and the fear of easy. And again, these might still ricochet around, you know, you might get more nuances. They might show up in your dreams, right? Because we've really poked into this. So there's probably much more we could find in here, but we've accomplished something here with the 6 of us here. So now we go up to the top and probably our nervous systems, our state is a little different than it was when we first entered into this. So now we're looking for words that maybe match that. So I'm just going to rattle them off quick, and you just jump up if you notice that these words match anything that's happened in your system by doing this work. How about acceptance? Anybody feeling more acceptance? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Attunement. Do it out loud if you can, because I'm going to have my head down writing things. I'm seeing some nods though. Yeah, attunement, good. For me, I would say yes. How about balance?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody get bliss? No, not quite. Yeah. Clarity,
Yes.
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 compassion,
Yes.
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 detachment.
Yes.
Yes.
How about devotion?
Mm.
Not so much. Dharma? Not so much. Discernment,
Yes.
Yes.
equality,
Yeah.
equanimity,
Yes.
eternality, faith, flow.
Yeah.
Was that for faith?
Yes.
Yeah. Flow,
Yes.
Yeah.
forgiveness.
Yes.
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 Yeah, that was a big one. Generosity, grace,
Yes.
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 Yeah.
gratitude,
Yes.
Yes.
harmlessness,
Yeah.
harmony,
Yes.
humility,
Yes.
Yes.
impeccability, joy, loyalty. Yep, for joy. Loyalty, neutrality, patience,
Yes.
purity, quiescence,
Yes.
samadhi.
Mm-mm.
Anybody get enlightenment? I'm waiting for that one to happen. No? Okay, selflessness, surrender,
Yes.
Yes.
tolerance.
Yes.
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 Yeah, yeah, that's a big one. Trust,
Yes.
truth,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
truth. Yep, unconditional love.
Yes.
Yep, yep, good. Unity,
Yes.
wisdom.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a big one too. The big ones I think were wisdom and tolerance, and there was another big one. Oh, forgiveness was a big one. Yeah, self and others.
Compassion too.
Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah. Alrighty. Now, hopefully you can see it on your end. It's not too small. I'll say it and then we can all say it together. So the release statement, if you care to say it, is, "O eternity, please take all these states of mind which are unbalanced in this pattern and balance and clear them. Do this so that I may see more clearly and find my way home more easily. I give thanks knowing it will be done." So all together, if you care to. "O eternity,
Oh, eternity.
please take all these states
All
of
these
mind
states of mind
which are
which
balanced
are
in this
balanced in
pattern
this pattern
and balance and clear
Balance
them.
and clear.
Do this so that I
so
may
that
see
I
more
may see
clearly,
more
clearly
and
and
find
my
my way home more easily.
easily.
I give
I
thanks
Give
knowing it will
thanks
be
knowing
done."
it will be done.
Will be done.
So
Powerful.
yeah, we'll give that a quick save and I'll put on the top of it. Hard and easy. Now, it may be another polarity we do here, or maybe something else that emerges, but let's just see what happens as we do that piece of work and just kind of come back to ourselves and just see what's present, what's up now. Anything you notice, anything you want to share.
I'm actually needing to take off and it's the perfect time. So I'm
Yeah.
wanting to say goodbye and thank you to everyone. Really grateful for this time. It really, I feel a lightness having done this exercise with you all. And happy Easter for those of you who celebrate. Have a super long weekend.
Bye, Kristen. Thanks for coming.
I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Yes. See you on your exam. You have a very nice client that you're going to be working with. Is somebody who I know. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That now I'm even more excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great. Thank
Cool.
you.
Okay.
I'll see you
Bye-bye.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
I don't know what I feel an inquiry. Who am I feeling an inquiry from?
Maybe me.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Part of my duality was like, be a listener, participate fully, be the center, be a listener, be the center, be a listener. And so I will share. I do feel lighter. At the beginning, I had, I'll say, an anxious knot in my stomach, and now it's much smaller and lighter.
Yay.
And I can also sense, although not physically, that the square is working. I mean, and I don't even really know what that means. Like it's in my consciousness, kind of like
It's working away. Yeah.
What do you want? There's a word for that. There's a word where something is like in your consciousness, kind of like it's holographic, but that's not the word. Anyway, I don't need to have the word for it.
Yeah, I get what you mean from that, though. That's cool. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Let's do a stretch break. I'm going to go run and take a bio break, and then we'll come back and we'll meet consciousness through the form of Andy. Cool. Be right back. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Here's my brand new template. I'm still experimenting with how to do visual inquiries in a visual way, or sorry, self-inquiries in a visual way. So I may return to doing a more free flow like I have. But for now, I'm working with these templates. Let's see if I can get this there. So self-inquiry, Andy, you know, we've done them before. I think everybody here probably has, but I'll tee it up anyway. We meet what is, and so we have been all the way along in satsang meeting what is, right? So polarity popped out, and now we're just like something's happening. Oh yes, it is me. I want to do something, and we could hear what that something is, and probably pull out some other templates as well. But self-inquiry will cover anything, any somethings, and in a way, like with my Shift It process, I have put some people fully through Shift It and done an inquiry. Actually, the inquiry happened first and then they did Shift It. And I tell you, that inquiry held up to the whole Shift It process, right? It was like all embedded in there. I think it was still good to go through and expand it out through Shift It, but that's a deep bow and honoring to the power of inquiry and the left and right aspects of ourselves being able to, whatever is coming up, whatever needs to be balanced, be tailor-made to you. And the benefit again of doing this kind of work in a group is often, as we heard in the Polarity Squares, there's a lot of similarities amongst us, and we learn things, even if it's not applicable to ourselves per se. It might give us more understanding about other people in our life, understanding into the human condition at large. And a lot of us who work with individuals or groups or embedded them with them in various ways, as we all are, it can be handy. Yeah. Back to compassion and forgiveness and all those things we saw in the transcendent states coming up in the last one. So this is just a very simple graphic in terms of kind of in a way containing flow. So you can see, hopefully we have a start and we have a finish, and there's some flowy kind of journey in between. And this will get very populated with whatever your particular journey is at this point in time. Just going to bring up my stuff here. Now, I'll put your name in here and I'll put the date. So we've got Andy, and it's the April 16 now. Eventually there will be a title on this line here. Once we do it, we'll come back and see if there's a title you want to put on it. You don't have to, but there might be. And we've kind of already started, right? Because we're piggybacking a bit. We've already had, you know, some of the check-ins, yourself included, right? Different things have been said and checked in here. And we've also done the Polarity Square together. So I've kind of put that in here, right? Easy and hard. We've done that. And now it brings us to, okay, now what's emerging, right? Now what's up? And you're raising your hand. So now let's see what's most present for you at this point in time.
So for me, it's, I really feel that kernel of hard and easy in my guts.
Okay. Yep. So we're still working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now your gut's submerged. Yeah. So we're going to go right there and say hello to the gut. Hello, gut. And you feel it in your gut. I'm going to guess it's not a great feeling. Am I right?
No, it's clear. It's discomfort. It's discomfort.
Okay. Yeah.
Solar plexus, gut.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to get that all done because lots of nice specificity. Let's actually just draw a little solar plexus in here too. Hello. There's that gut. So just welcoming it. Most times with discomfort too, we're going to run the other direction. So in satsang, we're actually going to go towards it. So hello, gut, and hello, solar plexus. You are welcome here through the form of Yandy. We can all welcome all of ours. And then discomfort, right? So just coming in to that feeling of discomfort. And probably right off the bat, there's going to be some hello and welcoming, but some soothing, right? There's probably some no that's got stirred up, some aversion. So just, this will be universal orphan language, right? You'll find, do you know what phrase works for you? Sometimes it's like, come here, or I'm here, or you're safe. What's for you, a universal phrase?
It's okay, you're safe.
It's okay. So just bring that to it. It's okay, you're safe, I'm here. We're here because you're doing this with all of us.
Thank you, everyone, doing this with me.
Yeah. And just see what happens. Just notice and just don't rush that, right? We could just spend all the time doing this and that would be perfect. Yeah.
And there's within that is the desire to rush. So just
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So thanks, but no thanks to rush. And then we're just going to go back into meeting it and being present with it and being comforting. You're not alone. This is what it wants more than anything, is just to be with it.
So it's also coming up in as it's being soothed. It feels really good. And then there's little tendrils that poke out that are kind of akin to rush.
Yeah, other little buts, other little habits, ways, because we don't want to stick with this long, right? So we have our ways. So what do you notice? What are the tendrils?
It's enough. Keep moving.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, let's put that. That's enough.
There's plenty of time here.
We can't waste time. Yeah.
Keep moving.
Yeah, that's a big one. Movement helps to interrupt this kind of uncomfortable stuff. So just welcome all that cast of characters. Hello, hello, rush. Hello, that's not enough. Hello, oh, time. Hello, we got to keep moving. This is your merry band, right?
And there's a little fear. Part of the band is a little fear of what will happen if I just stay with this.
Yeah.
That's the cat. That's the whole band. They've got
yeah.
They're gonna make great music.
Yeah, so just welcome these. These are probably different kinds of coping mechanisms. It's personal and it's universal, right? Because these are typical things human beings have learned to avoid discomfort. But they're coming up, and so just deep honoring of them, that there's a lot of love here. They've been trying to keep you away from discomfort. Like, how sweet is that? Even though it's become a little irritating over time, as you come to understand that discomfort is necessary to some extent to go meet it or find out what its treasure is. But thank you for your love. All of these ones who pop up, deep honoring. And just see, they might be a little tired.
Yeah, they're so they're at the ready with their instruments.
Yeah.
But they kind of now know that the music isn't what I need. They really because they've been trying to do the soothing. That's how they knew to do the soothing. but really what I need to be quiet with
Now,
it.
with those instruments, just tell them. Sometimes it's like little soldiers with their weapons, right? And it's like the war is over. You can put your weapons down. So just tell them you can put those instruments down. Thank you for your service.
Take 5.
Yeah, exactly. Take 5. Yeah, you've earned it. Take 5. Just see what happens. They may be like, boom, they're down.
They're gone.
Yeah, okay, I felt that. It was boom. It's
like a pile of guitars there. Like
there were no yabbas. They were glad to be released.
Let's go before she can call us.
Yeah, that's right. Before she changes her mind.
My inner universe is hysterical, I have to tell you. I really get quiet with it. It's very funny.
Yeah, as it is. Yeah, and so just a deep appreciation and how lovely to have the humor, right? Like to have the sweet compassion and humor and see them running away. And then you come back to discomfort, right? With all that band taking a break, take 5.
Yeah, so it's much less now. And there is a little fear.
That's where we go next. Yeah, so fear is coming to satsang. So hello, fear, you are welcome here.
And I have to say that this is all very light. This is not at a 10, it's like at a 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And I think that these, what comes to me around this type of stuff is, these are the loose ends that I always leave because I feel like it's okay, I can move on with these.
Yeah. So first off, appreciation that it's not up at those higher levels like you've experienced in the past, right? So thank you. We're just talking 1 or 2s. We're just talking loose ends. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Yes.
And then just like, we now have the time. Oh, hello, loose ends.
Yeah.
And I'm here, loose ends. Hello, I'm here. And the same thing, it's okay. I'm here. I have the time. I'm listening.
And part of me says, I haven't swept these up. It's like a few crumbs that I've left on the floor. And what arises for me is, who will I be without these? Like if I ever...
Okay, that's your mind popping up. So just let's welcome mind. Hello, mind. You are welcome here. Mind's analyzing it all, is judging things as loose ends and crumbs and saying, who will I be without this? Because that's another great classic songy kind of move. Yeah. So deep bow, because it's been paying attention and it knows it's done a lot of stuff, right? So it's like
very smart.
Mind's very smart. Yeah.
What's a medal? Okay, here's your medal.
Give it a medal. With all due respect, give it its medal. It's true. It's been through so much and observing so much. Good job, mind.
I'm sending in the mind away with this medal on the podium, which is out. And like, go to the press. The medal winner is going to the press for accolades.
Yeah, and just really respectful of it, because it has worked extremely hard and it's very well developed and is good. And that's good. It like the other cast character can take 5. And does it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Press, pictures.
They're all ready. They're all ready. Yeah. Okay, and then we come back to what mind called crumbs, and mind had its questions about what happens if we don't have this crumbs. Who will I be without this stuff? And just kind of coming in and settling in with those things, with those remaining fears that are a little down the intensity scale, but still there nonetheless, giving them their due and their respect. Things had to happen in a certain order, so the big ones got taken care of first, and now you're coming in to be with these ones. And maybe even a little apology. Sorry it's taken me so long. I had to deal with the big guns. Yeah.
Yeah, and even like, sorry I ignored you and I didn't think it was important. Really, it's an apology because I thought you guys weren't important.
Very good. Wow. So just see how they receive that. They might be taking it, or they might be a little miffed still.
Both and.
Yes,
They're like
yes.
mice. They're like little mice kind of shaking their tiny little mice fists at me. But
Yeah.
also,
So just agree with that.
Mhm.
Shaking their mice fist at you. You're right, you're right. I'm sorry. And just let it do its thing. It has some understandable stuff to work out, a little bit of anger there. Some took it, but not all. There are some mice in there that are shaking their fists at you. It's just like it, let it shake its fist for a while. And maybe even get in there and become that mouse shaking its fist.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And let it stomp around.
Big tantrum.
Yes, yes. This is the way to have a tantrum in the subtle energy field, right? So let it have its tantrum and even like get bigger. Maybe it becomes a big lion or elephant or something.
Yeah, it did. Like a very big lion having a tantrum, bigger than me.
Yes, yes, please. Keep going with that. Yes, please. Yes, please. And have it roar. Lions roar.
It is roaring and using its giant claws to tear up everything around me,
Yes, yes, yes.
inside and outside of my house.
Yeah. Have at it.
And I'm feeling like so sorry because I kept this lion really caged up
Yep,
tightly, tightly, tightly.
yep, yep. So sorry, so sorry. You're right, you're right. You have reason to be upset. Roar, roar, let it out. So sorry. My bad. Rip away, inside and out.
It's giving me a little bit of the cold shoulder now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Back toward me like, bleh.
yeah, yeah. Understandable. My dog's barking in the background.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, see?
See, he's roaring. He picked up on roaring.
Yeah. So I feel like I do need to kind of approach it and soothe it and
Yeah, go with, yes, that's exactly what you're doing. So just keep with it, right? Again, no rush. Take your time here because it turns out this wasn't just a mouse. This wasn't crumbs like the mind thought. This was a flippin' lion. So mea culpa, so sorry. Of course you're miffed at me. You're right, you're right. So sorry. Anything I can do for you? What's its pleasure? How does it want you to be with it?
well, so I'm basically soothed it. There was a collar that I took off
Wow.
and it's smaller now. I apologized. I hugged it with it's much smaller and it's basically saying you need to let me out more often. But I don't quite know what that means. But now I'm kind of laying down and relaxing.
Okay, great. Going with relaxation. You are welcome here. Hello, relaxed.
And now it's a little playful, like a cat, even though it's still lion size. It's like, rub my belly.
Mm, yes, please. Hello, little kid. Turned into a kitty. Yay.
Even though you're a giant lion, I will rub your belly.
Yeah.
Not giant, it's normal size lion still.
Yeah.
So I feel like instead of letting out, it's like you have to soothe me. You need to soothe me and pay attention to me more often.
Yes. Agree with that. It's communicating how, and now here's your answer. Soothe me. What was the other one? Communicate with me?
Pay attention to me.
Pay attention. Yeah. Pay
Don't
attention to me.
regard me like the crumbs you think I am.
Yes. Yeah. Not crumbs. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because just agree. You're right. You're right. Consider it done. I'm doing it right now. So sorry. Let me rub that belly. Lion and then cat wisdom. Mouse wisdom started it all off. Lots of medicine. Yay, yay.
Now it feels, it's really tired.
Mm,
It's really tired. It's
yeah.
really tired. I need a nap.
Yes. Yes, please. You lie down and have a nap.
But now it's pricking up its ears and saying, like, you're going to listen to me, though, when I wake up, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you say back?
I said, yeah, I'm good. Oh, yeah, I'm going to listen to you. You just rest and whatever you need when you're done. When you wake up, tell me what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
A little like, I don't want to say playful mistrust, but a little bit of mistrust. Like, really?
Understandable. So just welcoming mistrust. Now mistrust is showing up because there's not this is new. There's no track record, no established track record.
Yeah. And I feel the urge to say, like, I'm going to be really doing my best, but please work with me.
Okay. Partnership.
Yeah. Like I'm going to listen for your signal, but I might need you to communicate like in a clear and loving way.
Clear and loving communication.
Yeah. Because I might get it wrong. I might miss a cue, but I'm trying.
So asking for cues and signals and try to make them clear and have loving helps.
Yeah.
I want to hear you. I want to get it. Sometimes I might miss it, but please work with me. Please keep communicating. Try it in different ways.
So it's basically saying too, well, like, you should touch base with me on a regular basis.
Okay, sounds like
here's your part. I'll do that, but here's your part. You got to touch in and say, are you okay? Anything I need to know.
How do you respond?
I said that I'm good with that. What was that? I want to know, like, what does that look like? And when does that look like?
Good, fair enough question. So lay them on the coffee table and see how it responds.
It's eye rolls. Really? Really?
We live in the left brain physical world. Yes, we need to have it pedantically broken out like this. Yes. Or just see what's behind it really as it kind of raises its eyebrow at you or looks at you. Maybe it's calling you out, rightly so.
Yeah, it's basically kind of saying like, you know, and it's subtle. And but you know.
Okay, good. So now what's coming is knowing and subtle. Yes, please to that.
And I want my mind, I think this is my mind, wants to put a loudspeaker on that. An amplifier. Like I'm seeing it hooked up to
Well,
a,
here's what we can do. Why don't we just invite knowing, because these things have been kind of a little small. They've been a little retracted, right? Because all that other bigger stuff has been on top. Let's just remind it that bigger stuff, I think, has been attended to. So now there's more space. So knowing can kind of stretch out, just inviting subtle and knowing to stretch. You're welcome here. Stretch out. It'll know if it wants to rise up or root down or expand. It'll have its own intelligence, but you're just inviting this to get bigger. So it's not actually not so subtle anymore, right? As subtlety kind of enlarges, right? It becomes more noticeable, more apparent, more even in matter.
and I feel like a Venn diagram, knowing and subtlety overlapping in a bigger.
Okay, yes, please. Yeah, so just inviting that. Good idea. Yes, please. Take up more space. And here's partnership again. Yes, a team. Work together. Stretch out. Expand. Occupy. Take up more room. It's allowed. There wasn't room before, but there now is, so it can get bigger in you.
Yeah, and allowed and permission.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah.
Very, very
yes.
Potent words. For
yes, it's just checking, just really reassuring it. You're allowed, because before you didn't. You had that whole gang that's on break right now. It's like, you're allowed. You're on the, I just got the flash of a little guardhouse, right? And you have the list of visitors. I put you on the list. You're allowed.
Yes. Or even just an animal in the house. Like I don't necessarily have animals, so just a big cat in my house.
Yeah, you're welcome here. You're allowed. You're on the list.
Yeah.
And even those guards that are taking a little take 5, they can look and that you're allowed. They'll let you in.
Yeah.
They won't use their instruments against you. And maybe leave a note for those guards as they're coming back. That rush, that's enough time. Keep moving, all them. They're off to having their take 5, but leaving a little list for them that allowed and permission has been given. So if you see knowing and subtle, they're allowed to be here.
Yeah, and also I think those guys could go on vacation for a while.
Okay. Yes, please. So now take 5 is emerged into vacation. Yay.
On vacation somewhere nice that they like.
Yeah.
This pops up, but I don't know why. So they're in the Bahamas. Let's just
okay. Yay. So they're getting a well-earned, all expenses paid vacation.
And the medal winner is also going off.
Oh, yes, please. Yay. Good idea. Yes, please. Yes, please. All come to rest. So therefore, there's lots of space here for the kitty cat and for stretching out and communicating and for knowing and subtle to get bigger and bigger. It's allowed. Permission has been granted. Yes, please. Good idea. All welcome here.
Ease is an ease and permission for ease too, right?
Yes, please. Yes.
Full circle.
Yes, please. Ease. Yes. Here we got to the polarity, right? Working it in different ways. Ease and how nice for all. So yes, please, for ease, all within you, all your cast of characters, all the cast of characters in everybody here in the satsang or listening to the recording, and let's even stretch it out to, hey, how about ease for the humanity right now?
Yes.
Ease for all. Yeah. And this is how we do it, because we're connected, right? You do this work, you tap into ease, and it benefits everybody. So, hey, everybody, here's some ease. Through the form of Andy, the human collective is tapping into ease. Ease has come to roost. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Getting bigger, lots of room, stretch out, inviting ease within you and within us, and with the humanity at large. Hey, take up some more room, stretch out, ease. You are welcome here. And what does ease do? Does it root down? Does it rise up? Does it go in a million directions?
It feels very centered through me and expansive around me.
Nice. Yes, please.
It feels like an aura, but within and without.
Oh, Excellent. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. To all that within, without, an aura.
And it also feels like I'm like an Academy Award Oscar medal shining, right? Beaming that out.
Yes, please. Yes. So you got your Oscar. Yes. And beaming it out. There's radiance. Yes, please.
Yeah, radiance.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not about the award. It's just about that golden me, golden energy.
Golden. Yes, please. Yeah.
Out to.
That's how it could communicate using the symbolism, the symbol. Hey, good job on the cues and signals. We got it. Yeah, it's golden.
And it's solid, right? It's solid. It has weight. It has heft.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Yes, this is not wimpy, this ease. Golden, solid weight has heft. Yes, please. Good idea. Thanks for letting us know. We like it.
And there's an alignment, like a literal physical alignment in my body.
Yes, please to that. Yes.
Greater connection, like shoulders in a different spot, connecting to back in a different spot. Physical, like just a very, very deeply connected.
Yes, please to that. So just inviting that to root in and become familiar and take up space for you and for all of humanity. Literal physical alignment. Yes, please. Good idea. We like it. And that radiance radiating out. Whew.
There's a lot of palpable energy of being like at one, I guess. I would
Yeah.
say.
Oh, excellent. Yes, please. Good idea. So keep going with that on behalf of yourself and all of us and all of humanity. Yes, please. Add that medicine into the field. Needed medicine right now. Ease. At one, palpable, literal physical alignment, golden and solid and weight and heft. Yes, please. Good idea. We like it. What do you know? What's behind discomfort? Ease. Thank you, Andy. Peace. Yes, please.
Palpable sense of peace and like all is well.
Oh, yes, please. Just agreeing. Yes, please. Yes, please. Take up space. Inhabit. Good idea. We'll radiate this. Be it and radiate it. Yes, please. All is well.
I'll also say just like a pleasure, like just a very pleasurable feeling in my body that I don't seem to be resisting, right?
Yes, please. Yes to pleasure. Yeah.
And lingering. I'm a map we did that was linger longer and be lighter.
Yes, yes. Linger in pleasure. Good, good, good. We'll, you'll keep writing this, but just see if it wants to flash a title. It knows I'm taking notes, so I'm at its service. What shall we call this journey? This unfoldment?
I don't really have a title, but there's an energy of like just of basically that that it's like it's okay to be okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, please. Yeah. Just thank you for the title. Yes, please. Good idea. It's okay to be okay. For Andy, for all of us, for humanity at large. Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels like a very complete.
Yeah. And it says at the end here, to be continued, meaning this will continue to unfold. So just ride this, right? Just keep meeting this, keep radiating it. You got this weekend, who knows, maybe it continues to, you know, and just it could keep going on forever. That's also allowed too, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that doesn't have to stop or end. It's just like, welcome, welcome. It's okay to be okay. Yes, please.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me do this.
Oh, thank you for doing it. Yes, and being it. Yeah. And I won't rattle this off because I don't want to muck and stir up the not muck, but I don't want to bring the mind right back into it. But just know I took notes. You'll have a recording if you care to watch it. I'll send the notes to you. Hopefully you'll be able to follow the notes. And the map is not the territory, so everything is all within you, right? Even if you never saw a map again, it's all writing out through you.
Definitely. I definitely feel it encoded.
Yes, please. Yeah. Ah, well, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Christina.
Yes, my sincere pleasure. Thank you. Now, let me just screen share again here real quick. So it's different every time, so we never know what's going to happen. And I hope I am screen sharing. I don't think I have my...
You are.
Yeah, can you see, is it just one slide or do you see all of it?
They're on the slides. There's one, but then there's three others are on the
Yeah, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's hit my screen show or my slideshow and I'll get the right view. Got to get the Stream Deck set up. Okay. Here's what we're going for. So different every time. So thank you. That's what happened today. Number 44. I like the matching numbers. 44 is a spiritual number too. Yeah. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for the process work that happened. Thank you for the unfoldment, not just through all of us, but into the collective as well, because we all, like you came to, all are one. What you came to there. Next date will be May 5th, noon to 2. I should have put the date down. I think that's a Thursday, if I remember right. Yeah. Pacific time, so convert to your zone. My assistant Pat will turn around the recording and send that out to everybody who is on the subset list for this. Actually, I think it goes out to the full list. Gets cascaded into the YouTube as well. Pat will likely follow up with you with this map, Andy, so you have it quicker. And I likely will move these into once a month, the first week, I think, and keep it moving around the days and times of that week. So figuring things out, but to be continued how it unfolds. Getting lots of sweet accolades for your work in there, Andy. So hopefully you see that in the chat. Let's just do maybe a one-word checkout here and see, as you're leaving us, I know we're a little bit over time too. I'll save you for last, Andy, since you're being grokked right now. Jennifer, anything you want to say to close out?
Content.
Nice, yay. How about yourself, Heather?
Appreciative.
Sweet. Denise?
I have partnership.
Yes, please. And Andy, last but not least, I'll come back to you now.
I feel so incredibly grateful. Really, so incredibly grateful.
Me too. Okay, first public visual satsang with the rename. So thank you for coming and all the best. Have a wonderful weekend and see you when I next see you. Take good care. And yes to ease. Ease for all. Yes, please. Bye.
Thank you.
Very welcome, Jen. Thanks.